Hey guys, welcome back to another new home tour. We're checking out a brand new home in Ocala, Florida. If this is your first time on this channel, my name is Daniel Gando. I'm a Central Florida realtor and mortgage lender as well. So if you need help on the mortgage side or on the real estate side, I would love to be your resource. Today we're checking out brand new construction in Ocala, Florida. If you've been looking for a home and you've been looking online doing all these video searches and everything, consider subscribing to my channel as well. It's more of a newer channel, more up and coming, but I've been doing real estate for over 5 years, helped hundreds of families make a move. Originally, I'm from the Northeast, I'm from Bronx, New York. I also lived in Manhattan for some time, and then I moved out here, and now I call this home, and I help people like you find a property to move into after they reach out to me. My direct contact number is 407-759-5677. My office is open 7 days a week till 10 p.m. The reason why we're open so late is because some of our clients are in different time zones, different countries, the other side of the country as well. So I'm able to be a little more flexible with them and then call a little bit later. I have a team of agents and mortgage officers as well, loan officers. So I'm not the one doing it all. So I have a lot of help. So I'm not actually the one 7 days a week working till 10 p.m. So I have a balance going on there. So let's check out this brand new construction home and let me know what you think. So this is the front of the home. You have a massive driveway, nice 2-car garage, brand new construction home, just over 1,600 square feet. So if I stand outside, the direction that the home faces is west. Some of my clients, to them, it's important what direction the front of the house faces. What I like about this house in particular is the bedroom sizes are very nice and the ceilings are kind of high as well in the main living areas, and the lot that it sits on, really nice size lot. You know, with no HOA and no CDD, you pretty much have restriction-free living. I mean, there's still county rules and there's laws, but you don't have as many restrictions as you would in an HOA community. And sometimes when you're just trying to buy your home, you know, you don't really want that many rules. You don't want somebody telling you what to do, messing with you about the grass and different things throughout the outside of your property. You still have to follow the law and county guidelines, but there's no HOA to mess around with you here and no CDD, so you don't have to pay back any loans or bonds or anything that the developer takes out to build the infrastructure because it's already built. So I look at a lot of homes, and recently I've been in a lot of properties in Ocala, and this is one of the nicest ones that I've visited. So we're right under $300,000. We're sitting in 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, over 1,600 square feet. But if you want something for a less expensive price, there's actually homes not too far away for as low as $220,000. They're a bit smaller. They may not have a 2-car garage, but there's homes in the very low 200s in this area. So if you're looking for a home and your budget's a little bit lower than the one that you're looking at in this video, consider reaching out to me. You know, my number is 407-759-5677. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. All right, so this is when you first walk into the property. You have this massive floor plan, open floor plan with a living room right over here, and then you have your kitchen right over there. And you can kind of see you get a lot of natural light coming in here, which is awesome, and it feels very spacious for 1,600 square feet. This is gonna be your kitchen right over here. Beautiful, beautiful kitchen. Brand new, beautiful island, stainless steel appliances, upgraded countertops. All you kind of need is some backsplash. And if that's a deal breaker, just let me know and we'll find a way to negotiate that into the deal and get you some nice backsplash. For me, I kind of like the subway tile backsplash. That's a pretty nice look. Now, I wanted to talk to you real quick because a lot of you are doing your searches online and sometimes you think that going to the builder directly or to the listing agent is going to get you the best deal. In fact, it's not going to. They're actually representing the other party. If you were getting a divorce, would you hire the same lawyer your spouse is about to hire? I think not. So when you're looking to buy a house, you want to make sure that you hire a realtor that's going to be on your side. Not only do I work with this builder here, I work with multiple other builders. So if you were to call this listing agent, they're going to tell you all the reasons why you should buy this house. Whereas I'm going to tell you, this one's cool. And then down the street, I saw another one. And these are the 5 within a half-a-mile radius based on prices, square footages, finishes, warranties, and incentives that might be offered as well. So it makes more sense to reach out to somebody like me who's able to put all that together for you and get you kind of like the best deal. So I don't have any loyalty to any specific builder. I work with all of them. I've sold hundreds of homes. So over the years, I have made connections with a lot of different builder reps. And what's cool is when they bounce around to different communities, they always reach out to their realtors and let us know what's up and coming. So I'm able to find out where there's just dirt and there's gonna be a lot of houses there months to years before you even get to see it. So I would say reach out to me if you need help buying a house. On this side of the house is where you're gonna have 2 of the bedrooms and 1 bathroom. And if you watch any of my other videos, you know that I love floor plans like that because you have your privacy in your primary suite. In this floor plan, the primary is gonna be on the other side of the property. I don't like it when they put the primary next to the other bedrooms, never understood it, but I have seen floor plans like that. On this side, you got the primary, you got a 2-car garage, you have a laundry room with a sink in here as well. And man, this primary bedroom is huge. You know, I see a lot of these houses priced under $300,000 and they're all cookie cutter houses with small bedrooms. They just want to build a house that's livable. They build these things for 1,000 square feet, 1,200 square feet. Not this builder slash developer. This one built 1,600 very spacious bedrooms. You know, not only could this be like your first home or a great investment property, this could be your forever home. I think this is a really nice and spacious floor plan. So we're at the end of the tour. I'm gonna show you some stuff at the home office in a few moments. If you like this video or you need help buying or selling a home anywhere in Florida, or if you need help with the mortgages as well, I'm also a mortgage lender. And what's interesting is with one credit pool, I'm able to shop 49 different lenders with that one credit pool. So I'm able to see different opinions, different scenarios for you. That way, if you're already working with a realtor, I can help you on the mortgage side. Or if you don't have any help in any of those two, I have a team well equipped to help you with the real estate side, the mortgage side. I'm still the one overseeing everything and I'll still be the main point of contact, but I have a team behind me dedicated to help you. So subscribe to this channel, drop a like on this video, drop a comment. Let me know just where you're watching from. I'm curious to see where my future clients are actually watching these videos from. And I kind of got like a map at home where I've been putting like little things to show me where all the future clients might be coming from or where the clients came from that I've closed. Closed many clients from different states and even different countries. We did a remote closing in Dominican Republic We've done many different unique scenarios to help people to get into their home. So if you need help buying a home, please reach out to me, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, so we're back at the home studio for a little bit. For those of you who have seen my videos before, you know what I'm about to talk about, so you can finish the video now. For those of you who are new here, this is where we're gonna talk about the steps of buying a home, some of the numbers associated with that, and as well as some things to look at as far as life expectancy goes with some of the big items. So as far as like some of the steps when you're buying a home, one of the first steps is consulting with a real estate agent like myself. We're able to put together like a synopsis of like what you're looking for, your time frame, budget, and especially with someone like me, I'm also able to help you with your mortgage needs. I'm also a licensed mortgage broker account executive. So with one credit pool, I'm able to shop multiple lenders at one time to see what type of programs you qualify for, what type of options there are, if there's any down payment assistance programs. We have all sorts of different programs being a mortgage broker. So after we get past that initial consultation of kind of like seeing what you're looking for, and you know, some of my clients call me from other states, so this could be like a Zoom call, this could be a phone call, but there's a lot of times where someone calls me, right? They're hyped up, they saw my video on a weekend and they call me and they're like, oh, I'm looking for this, start sending me this, and then completely ghost. And then there's times where we take the extra step of doing that consultation and actually talking about the goals and everything, and those relationships have, you know, blossomed into actual transactions, and those nurtures were so much better. So depending on how motivated you are, I'm gonna pick up the phone or call you back, but you get to decide where it goes next, where it's just a property list being sent to you that doesn't go anywhere because you have 30 different realtors sending you property lists, or if you actually need someone like me who sold hundreds of homes, is also in the mortgage industry as well as the real estate industry, and actually knows what they're doing and have gone through many different scenarios where I might have, you know, a thing or two I can, you know, help you with on your journey. So you get to decide that. But basically you first want to do that consultation and talk about what the needs are. Then we want to start putting the property list together, you know, tailored to like how, you know, what you're looking for. And I do this two ways. I have an automated search and I have a manual search. Sometimes the automated search goes out too many times where it ends up in your junk or spam folder. After we've identified the properties that you want to check out, we go check them out either in person, or we'll do a video tour for you where we'll send you like a recording of it or virtual tour. And then we want to negotiate the offer. So those steps are, you know, consulting with an agent, putting the property search together, getting pre-approved if you need to, or having your proof of funds ready, seeing the properties, negotiating an offer. Then we get into the contract. Now we're helping you handle the communications between the title company, the home inspectors, the appraisers, the lenders, the surveyors, everyone that's involved in the transaction. So you want to get a home inspection within the first week, as well as start the escrow file with the title company. Then in the second to third week, we want to get, you know, the appraisal ordered, the survey ordered, the title company is working on the title work, lenders working on the lending work. I'm making sure like a puppet master that everyone's doing their part and communicating with everybody. And then around the third to fourth week, we're wrapping things up and we're trying to see, you know, was there any issues, any repairs, any renegotiations, any appraisal issues, any cloud on the title or title issues, or anything that can go wrong, to try to clear that up before we do the final clear to close. Within 72 hours of that property closing, title company is they're gonna try to be ready, lender's gonna be ready, they're gonna rebalance numbers, you're gonna see the numbers, and we're gonna see what you're gonna sign at closing as far as a settlement statement goes a few days before the closing. Sometimes the day of or the day before, but normally you'll have access to that before you get to like the closing table, so there's no surprise on what the numbers are gonna be. And in all those steps, it could take anywhere from 3 weeks to like 6 weeks or even longer, depending on, you know, what could go wrong. And who you work with does matter, because sometimes we can kind of like see in advance, you know, this might be an issue. For example, I went to a property and I saw that one of the panels on the electrical was outdated. And I simply made a comment that this might need to be replaced and it might cause insurance issues. And lo and behold, yes, it caused insurance issues. And then that property was still on the market like a few months later also, because the seller was trying to truly sell it as is. And we were trying to explain that in its current condition, it's not insurable to new standards. So who you work with does make a difference on sometimes how the journey is gonna go. Now, when it comes to life expectancy on some of the items on the house, I have like a pamphlet here, which an inspector gave me, kind of like detailing what the life expectancy is. Now, this can change based on, you know, how you maintain those items and everything. But something to keep in mind when you're buying a resale home or even a new construction home is the life expectancy of a roof can be anywhere from 12 to 15 years if it's shingles. So sometimes you'll get it like pressure washed or cleaned up real good, but the inspector's job is to determine how much life is left on that roof. And if there's not a lot of life left on it, the insurance companies might give you issues when you're trying to buy the home, trying to reinsure that. So the current coverage doesn't just disappear. For example, the new coverage might not be an option if there's not much life left on it. There's many different ways to negotiate a roof. Sellers can go and get it replaced. They can throw a concession on the deal. If the house appraised for higher than what you're buying it for, we can raise the price of the house, ask for some concessions back. The seller nets the same amount of money, and you're able to finance or walk out with cash at closing to do some of those repairs that you want to do. Now, getting insurance temporarily sometimes is an issue as well if you have one of those big items that need, you know, to be addressed, but we have our workarounds that we've done before. So as far as like roofs go, 12 to 15 years. If it's a standard shingle, if it's a metal roof, you got up to 60 years coverage there, 60 years. Now, as far as cooling goes, central air, 10 to 15 years, depending on how you maintain it. We had one instance where we showed the house and the AC was like, the HVAC was like 29 years old, but that thing still ran smooth. So what the seller did was they basically added a home warranty to the equation just in case if it goes bad in the first 12 months, because they were not going to replace it. If they kept maintaining it every year and got, you know, parts replaced and everything, they just were not going to pay the expense to get that fixed. And it was almost a deal breaker, but it was working perfectly fine, and the buyer was okay with getting a home warranty on it. Now, as far as plumbing goes, if the property's on septic or well, septic, the sewer pump, 5 to 10 years, and then the well pump, about 10 years. So when you're buying a property with septic or well, you want to get those inspected as well. It will cost more money to get those inspections, but trust me, it could save you some money if there's potential issues that you can't see at the moment, to negotiate that before the deal is closed. So it's worth it, in my opinion, to pay for those extra inspections. And then as far as appliances go, a dishwasher could last 5 to 12 years, a dryer 10 to 25 years, garbage disposal 5 to 12, oven range 15 to 20, and a washing machine 5 to 15 years. Those are some of the life expectancy of some of those items throughout the house, for you to keep in mind when you're buying a property. Now, always consult with a professional inspector to actually check the property out, obviously, to get their opinion on that. Now, as far as like what it costs to buy a home, I have in front of me a settlement statement from a recent closing that we did, and I wanted to go over what's going to be outlined on this document that you're going to sign at closing. So you're going to have the section with the financials first, which is going to show the sale of the property price, any deposits, any loan amount. So what you're buying it for, what deposit you put down, and then what the mortgage is going to be on it, if there is one. That's going to be right there. Prorations and adjustments. So any county taxes are there, HOA assessments are there, anything that has to do with the prorations or adjustments are going to be there. The next section is going to be loan charges. That's where you're going to see any points, origination fees, underwriting fees, flood certification, tax certification, prepaid interest, and then you have loan charges and other loan charges. Impounds are next. So we have homeowners insurance. There is the impounds, and then title charges are going to be on the next section. And then we're going to have commissions. Depending on when you're watching this video, if it's before August 17th, 2024, commissions are being handled a certain way. And then after August, or on August 17th and after, commissions are being handled a different way. And they're going to be paid out a little bit differently. It's going to be negotiated up front with the buyers, because for a long time, the sellers were the ones that just flat out paid the commission. Now they're changing some of the rules up, and I'm not a lawyer or anything, but we have our ways of how we're going to navigate those waters when the time comes. Depending on when you're watching this video, the way that the commission is being paid out can change. So that's something your buyer's agent or me would negotiate directly with you. Commissions is next. Government recording and transfer charges, any payoffs on the mortgage is going to be next, and any miscellaneous fees. Now, one of the things that's very confusing when you're buying a house is property taxes and homeowners insurance. So what happens is, when you're buying a property, the property taxes are going to be prorated between the seller and the buyer. And the scary part is that a lot of people see it as, oh, the taxes went up. Well, no, the taxes were reassessed eventually after you bought the property. So what happens is, sometimes homes don't go for sale for a very long time, and they're at a certain, rate with their taxes, or, tax amount every month. And then after some years of the home being sold, the current tax rates or whatever are going to be higher. So when the home gets reassessed about a year later, the property taxes are going to adjust to what they should be. And it scares a lot of people because that means that the numbers are going up. Because a lot of times when you're buying homes, a lot of times they're a little bit higher. You're buying it at a higher price than what they sold before. There are some times in like the luxury market where you're buying houses that were super expensive and they get super low, you know. But based on my history and my sales, our averages are like 350K price points. We've sold over $34 million in homes, and at an average of like 350. Those are like gonna be like scenarios where they appreciated as we help those buyers buy those. Not too many scenarios where they depreciated. So the property taxes get adjusted up. And what happens after that is the homeowner's insurance is also charged up front. So property taxes, homeowner's insurance is charged up front to get paid out at closing. But then your mortgage is due about a month or two later, and you're gonna see it again monthly now, property taxes and insurance, and that confuses people. But what's happening is they're prepaying it now for the next payment for the following year. And the mortgage company is putting that into an escrow account where at the end of the year or when it's due, they'll then make that payment for you. And what's scary is that if the lender you're working with doesn't escrow the correct amount, then what happens is there could be a shortage when that time comes, and then you'll have to pay the difference at that time. And another thing is sometimes to make deals work, lenders will just use the current tax bill and not tell anyone that it's gonna readjust. And it could be a scenario where they're super close in DTI for qualifying. And if anyone were to say anything about that, then they may not qualify. So the lender doesn't say anything. And then a year later, you get surprised with that bill and it's higher and you truly can't afford the house anymore. So that's just it's a tragedy that then you have to sell your house or short sell it or rent it out or do something because you're surprised a year later when you just finished settling into your beautiful home that now it's gonna be more expensive. That's information on property taxes, the numbers, life expectancy, and what to expect on when you're buying a home.